Wilhelm Canaris was born in Westphalia in 1887, and at the age of 18, he enlisted in the German Imperial Navy. The First World War surprised him aboard the Dresden, a warship that participated in the battles of the Falklands and Coronel off the Chilean coast. Sometime later, he was taken prisoner by the English after his ship was sunk by an enemy entente. He was confined to an island in Front Talcahuano in Chile, but shortly afterward he escaped, taking advantage of his perfect Spanish and managing to travel across the country and then cross the Andes on horseback to Argentina. He finally got there and stayed for a short time. He later returned to Germany, where he was welcomed as a hero, promoted to captain, and appointed commander of a submarine that operated in the Mediterranean, with which he was credited with 18 sinkings. For this, he was awarded the Iron Cross, First Class, one of the highest honors in the German military. After the war, he continued to hold various positions in the German Navy. He welcomed the rise of National Socialism, in the hope that the Treaty of Versailles would be revised. However, he never joined the Nazi Party, and there was evidence of that. In 1935, he was appointed head of Abwehr, the intelligence office of the armed forces. He performed his duties professionally, but maintained strained relations with the SS leadership, without any dissimulation, as he did not share their methods and their anti-Semitism. After the invasion of Poland, he became completely disillusioned with National Socialism. He recognized it himself, and he openly criticized the SS's actions against civilians in occupied territory. His position made him enemies with the Nazi leadership, and especially with the higher authority represent Red in Hitler. But Hitler continued to defend his excellent work as head of military intelligence. For some strange reason that nobody understood, Canaris allowed himself to contradict Hitler and on more than one occasion confronted the Nazi leader for disagreeing with the methods of the Gestapo and promptly with the abuses committed by the Schutzstaffel. He resigned from his post several times, but Hitler did not accept his resignation, despite the fact that the admiral was perhaps the only one who told him the truth directly and without hesitation, openly defending the honor of the armed forces. It is said that on one occasion he complained to Führer, "German soldiers are trained to fight the enemy, not to punish civilians." Hitler was so enraged that he grabbed him by the lapels and bitterly insulted him, calling him a traitor in front of those who were present. But he still took no reprisals against the admiral. Canaris, for his part, even knowing that his life would be in danger, continued to honestly oppose the CSS atrocities on the Eastern Front. Moreover, he criticized expressly and in front of others the persecution of Jews and began issuing permits to smuggle many Jews out of Nazi-occupied territory, including 500 Dutch Jews in 1941. He also helped many Jews' families from the Netherlands. After that, he created an organization dedicated to helping Jewish families escape to Sweden via Denmark. It is unknown exactly how many Jews he saved with his activities, but there were undoubtedly hundreds or thousands of them. As it was evident, he was eventually discovered. Although he had carried out his work with such cunning and intelligence that he had left no tangible traces, convinced that Germany's salvation included removing Hitler from power, he supported the July 1944 assassination attempt. Although he did not directly participate in these events, Himmler, the head of the CSS, who was his great enemy, took the opportunity to accuse him before Hitler. He was arrested in July 1944 and later tried and convicted, being executed on April 9, 1945, just 1 month before the end of the war. It is worth noting that the Allied intelligence agencies had great respect and admiration for him. A high-ranking British military officer said of him, "He is an honorable soldier and an honest man." As a personal anecdote, Canaris deeply loved dogs and always had them accompanying him everywhere. The drivers of the Abwehr had strict instructions to be very careful when moving near any dog they saw, and Canaris insisted that they should help and pick up anyone who was abandoned or injured. The admiral created, paying for them out of his own pocket, a protection association for stray dogs and cats. Before submitting any report, his staff had to listen to a pre-talk about canine loyalty. "We're so grateful to you for watching this video of the Histori at Tube channel.